Welcome to the 22nd episode of Lalitha Divya Rahasya Sahasranam Stotra. The 1,000 different ways of unification of northbound force Narayani with the southbound force Namah. These two forces, the unification of these two forces, represented by the 1,000 energy forms of Lalitha Divya Rahasya Nama Stotra. Let us move on. The next Nama is Gudha Gulfa. Gudha Gulfa. So what it means is that the ability to conceal the flesh or not exposing the flesh, the protection of the flesh, not exposing the ability not to expose the flesh. So that is what is Gudha Gulfa. This is very informative Nama, a message oriented Nama. So let us see what is that message. The blood and the flesh, they represent, they are the root causes for the body illusion. They represent what is known as dvaita. Dvaita means ability to see things, ability not able to see the same thing in every act that we perform, or the karmacharana or action under the illusion effect, and bifurcating things into very many ways, and that starts with bifurcating the supreme entity into dividing that into two to begin with, and that is the body illusion. The act of seeing things in two different ways, that is called dvaita, and then the harmonics of that. So that is even worse. So act of perceiving things in many ways, that is even lower than dvaita. So the blood and the flesh are representing what is known as body illusion. So usually through the blood relations, the possessiveness comes, and through the possessiveness, the characteristics of envy and the ego, all those things will develop. So therefore, blood and flesh are root causes for body illusion effects. So what is the significance of this Nama Gudha Gulfa? So after through Chidagni, that means when Chidagni Kunda Sambhuda Devakarya Samudyata, right in the beginning, we have encountered this Nama. When through the fire ignition of Chidagni, the vessel of faculty of discretion, the contents of the faculties having been emptied, and the vessels have been erased with the with the with the contents and reset, and they've been cleaned thoroughly from internally, and the vessels are filled with the empty vessels are filled with the characteristics based on the choice of the individual, either through the attributes of the Universal Mother, or Kameshwara in the case of the male. So they get evolved in the direction of Universal Mother or Kameshwara, operating in a witness mode, and such people, the faculties are filled with their mind is filled with Kodanda, the discretion with Ankusam, and their intellect with Pasam, and their personality or ego with sugar cane. So what is the characteristic of a sugar cane? Sugar cane, it has the juice inside and stored in its fiber, and it protects the juice with a external covering. It doesn't exhibit the juice to the outside world. So those who are having the personality of sugar cane, so they can easily respond to the situation as the situation demands. They can to what extent they have to liquefy themselves, they know, those who are having the personality of the sugar cane. So they are not like stone-hearted, with no response. They can easily respond. They have the highest sensitivity. They have the highest response time, responsivity. As per the situation, they can give the potency, that is saram, or rasam, that is a juice, meaning they can respond. Their heart feelings are in commensuration with the situation, and such individuals, they're not succumb to the anger, to the ego. They have the ability to transform even the stone-hearted people, even the most notorious people. Such individuals can have the ability to transform them. So those individuals who are succumb to the body illusion effects through the blood and the flesh, the characteristic, that is Dvaita. So the associated cholesterol effects. So these unwanted accumulation of cholesterol, and it leads to the unhealthy situation, and the reason for this is simply put the body illusion effects. So those individuals who can transform through Guda Gulfa, who can transform these cholesterol effects into a sugarcane juice, and since it's a liquid form, So it's a molten form. So there has to be a protective shield. So that the protective shield is Goda Gulfa. So that Goda Gulfa essentially means the individuals who are able to transform the body illusion effects of cholesterol and the anger associated with it, and the blood pressure effects, all that into sugar cane characteristics of potency, the juice, and these attributes have been covered with a protective shield. So that is called Goda Gulfa, and these people are beyond the possessiveness, the duality, that is raga, dwesha, body illusion effects. They are beyond anger and envy, and they operate in a witness mode. That is Goda Gulfa. Through this Nama, we are talking about the personality effects. So hence the faculty of personality receives the training, Goda Gulfa. So the next Nama is Kurma Prushta Jayashnu Prabhadanvida. Kurma Prushta Jayashnu Prabhadanvida. Kurma means turtle, tortoise. So this Nama also a very message oriented, very informative Nama. All Namas in Lalitha Divya Rahasya Nama Stotra are informative, of course. It is only our comprehension that limits, not able to see the significance of the Namas. So, Kurma Prushna Jayashnu Prabhadanvita. So what it means is the ability to pierce through the back of turtle through the feet. So ability through the feet effects originating through the feet. From these effects, the ability to pierce through the back of a turtle. Now, back of a turtle, well, first of all, the tortoise. So, what do we need to break through the back of the turtle? That is number one. And what are the characteristics of a turtle? Number two. And what tools do we need to acquire in the feet to pierce through the turtle? So that is number three. Okay. So first of all, turtle or tortoise is what is known as Ubhayachara. That means it operates between water and land. That's all. That's called Ubhayachara. It lives in water, and then it is residing in the land also, on land. So it always lives in duality. Turtle always lives in the duality. In the previous Nama, we have discussed the effects of the duality, that is blood and the flesh effects, and then associated cholesterol effects, blood, BP, and etc. This leads to the possessiveness, the ego, the envy, all those characteristics. So turtle lives; it has a long lifetime. and it simply doesn't have the faculty of the personality. Faculty of personality is zero for turtle, and it has only intellect and discretion, and of course the mind is locked to the discretion. So hence it oscillates between land and the sea and the water. So it is always in duality, and since it is in duality and it is succumbed to the blood and the flesh effects, so it has a long lifetime. It is for it to get saturated. So anybody with a diminished or insignificant or zero personality, it takes long time for them to get saturated, because personality is a very key element towards the saturation, soul saturation. So that explains the reason why turtle has a long lifetime. It can live up to several hundred years. So it has well protected its flesh and the blood through a shield which is unbreakable. So tortoise back is it cannot be shattered. It is very, very tough, and so it clearly signifies those who succumb to body illusion effects. So those who are drawn into the cycle of body illusion effects, their shield is they draw themselves into a shield which is unbreakable, like a turtle shield. That's what is the significance of the turtle here. So how do we take control of such individuals, or how do we transform such individuals? So what is there, what is existing at the back of the turtle or back of anybody? On the back side is the spine. Okay, so that's where along the spine is our life force that is operating, that is a Kundalini Shakti, or the energy of the Kundalini, the flow of Kundalini. So by rejuvenating this Kundalini energy flow or Kundalini energy waves, so these people, such individuals can be transformed, drawn away. They can be drawn away from the body illusion effects towards the soul saturation. So by the term shattering, breaking the back of the turtle means ability to inject the fresh dose of Kundalini energy waves on the backside, so that the illusion, the duality effects can be overcome. That's what it means, and towards the saturation. So those who are succumb to these illusion effects, they become heavy, so they are in the downward path, and by rejuvenating the Kundalini energy waves into their system, by shattering the shield of the turtle back, by injecting the Kundalini energy waves through the shield, their heaviness can be arrested, and they can be put to the path towards the upward journey. So that is the shattering of the back of the turtle. It is not that the turtle's shield is broken with a heavy rock or some hammer or something like that. No, it is through the minute effects of the Kundalini waves which can penetrate through the heavy shield of turtle, or those individuals who are succumbed to the duality, the shield of those individuals, and then transforming them pulling them away from the duality. So what is the role of the feet here? So that is another aspect, another question. So in the previous namas, Kamesa Gnata Saubhagyam Ardhavor Dvayanvita. So in that nama, the thighs of represent the ambassadors of Universal Mother are known only to the Kameshwara, the representatives or the ambassadors of the Universal Father, and by knowing each other, the thigh region, the bottlenecks or the weaklings or the blockages in the thighs are being removed, so that there is a free flow of Kundalini energy. So there is a rejuvenation that took place in the Kamesagna Saubhagyam Ardhavor Dvayanvita, and the recirculation of Kundalini energy was re-established. And subsequently, Manikya Muktakara Janudvai Virajita. So in that nama, the effect of this rejuvenation is seen by the gemstones in the kneecap region, and subsequently Indrago Parikshipta Sparatuna Vajhingika, the parts below the kneecap are having the effect of the arrows emanating from the bow of Cupid or Manmatha. So these are the validation of the fact that the thigh region is now free from the blockages. Now in this situation, that means there is a free flow of Kundalini energy, and then it is the important aspect about Kundalini is that wherever there are sharp edges, the flow is higher. So it definitely passes through the feet region, where there are pointed fingers, and it oozes out with a large force. So the use of the feet to break the shield of the turtle back means the Kundalini energy waves that emanate with a large force, large intensity from the fingertips of the feet are being used to shatter the shield of those individuals those individuals who are in duality, body illusion effects, those who succumb to blood and the flesh associated cholesterol and BP and all those things, and hence anger and envy, ego, all those things. So that's what is this nama signifies. And hence there is an internal transformation that takes place by rejuvenating the Kundalini force in such individuals. That is Gura Gulfa Kurma Prashna Jayashna Prabhadanvita. So this nama Kurma Prashna Jayashnu Prabhadanvita. So this nama is clearly representing the duality, and hence the faculty of discretion is being provided with the training. And so this entire sloka, Goda Gulfa Kurma Prashna Jayeshtu Pradhanvita, there is a very interesting example to illustrate the concept of this sloka in Ramayana. So let us try to see what is that. So in Balakanda of Valmiki's Ramayana, so Dasarada, the father of Rama, discusses with the inner circle of the priests and the well-wishers about Rama's Kalyana. And during that time, Vishwamitra enters the scene. And as he enters, he tells Dasarada, Aham niyamavatiste siddhyardam purushashabha tasya vignakaro dvautau rakshasau kamarupino. So what it means is that Dasarada, I am trying to work towards a siddhi, a goal, that is a goal work towards working towards a goal in a witness mode, that is called siddhi. And there are two bottlenecks or blockages for me to reach this goal, and they are having Kamarupa, and they are demonic form. Kamarupa means to have a form and a shape as you wish. So these two blockages are Maricha Subahu. So they are trying to create disturbance towards my goal, and they are throwing blood and the flesh into the yajna that I am performing. And since I am in a diksha, or diksha meaning it's a step-by-step procedure, to adhering to a step-by-step procedure. So since I'm in a diksha, I cannot do anything. I'm not supposed to exhibit anger, or nor I am supposed to curse them. So therefore, please assist Rama so that I can realize my goal. So Rama can help me for me to realize my goal. So this much I think everybody knows, and the external meaning of this sloka, but the internal meaning of this sloka is completely different. So what it means internally, Maricha Subahu, throwing blood and flesh, is clearly representing the duality. And the siddhi that he is talking about, or the goal that he is talking about, it is essentially he is addressing it to the Dasarada. Dasarada at the age of 60,000 years, still having the body illusion effect, and he succumbed to the duality, the blood relation, and the envy associated with it, and all that, and his personality is gone for a toss. So you have reached 60,000 years. When will you get saturated? You are still in the duality. So the Rama, who is a super soul, and his incarnation or his arrival into this world is not for your own sake. He is for everybody. He has got a bigger role to play. He has got a bigger goal to accomplish. So why are you still having the duality and treating Rama is only mine? So Rama is not for you alone, he is for everybody. So try to come out of this duality. So instead of telling that directly, he has used this beautiful analogy of Maricha Subahu, and he has entered the scene, and that is usually the effects of those who operate in the witness mode, those who are enlightened. They can bring about a drastic effect on people who are succumb to the duality, and the effect is there for everybody to see. And the preachings that Vishwamitra did on Dasarada has shown immediate effects. Within 12 years, he has departed while chanting Ramanama. After when Rama departed for forest along with Sita and Lakshmana, so he was able to overcome the effects of the duality, and his soul got saturated and departed. So clearly, this is a beautiful example in Ramayana about the duality effect and the effects of blood relations, the flesh, the cholesterol effects, and all those things. And Dasarada clearly is a representation of turtle or tortoise. That's why he is called Kurma Amsya. So that's why he lived for 60,000 years, just like a turtle. So he is, because his personality, as mentioned, was totally tarnished. So that is the nama. That is the meaning of Goda Gulfa Korma Prashna Jayashnu Prapadanvita. So the remaining namas we will see in the next episode. Thank you.